Hey guys, here I am in the garage working on my 2J from the Aristo, of course. If you haven't seen this project car, there it is. Go check out the other videos. But today, as you can see, I'm working on the front half of the engine rebuild. I just finished taking off the valve covers, cams. I did the valve stem seals. Now I did the water pump, doing the timing belt, new front main seal, tensioner, bunch of new good stuff in here. But because I messed up on my front main seal because I pushed it in too far, I'm moving on to my power steering pump, which is this right here. So here it is off the car. This is what everyone with a 2J power steering pump looks like. I have AN fittings because I'm going to be doing AN lines. You're going to have to get the adapter to run a -10 from the inlet port, I guess. But as everyone knows, when you delete your AC, here's your AC compressor. The AC compressor on these motors actually hold up the power steering pump. So here's a little hack that I figured out. You can go buy a support, but instead, what I'm doing, you take off the face of the AC condenser, then using some C-ring pliers, take off a couple clamps. That allows you to take off the first pulley. Oh, I took both off. And there's another one that sits inside there. So take both of those off, and you'll be left with this. I'm going to go ahead and take off all those Allen key bolts, and I'm hoping, as you can see on the side here, there's a slot right there, which makes me think I can take off this metal piece here, which has these 3 mounting holes, which is basically like a bracket, so I can scrap the really heavy, probably 25-pound pump, or whatever that's called. Don't get mad at me for getting it wrong. And I can use it to support this. Because if you didn't know, or if you didn't know why you had to buy a support bracket, if you delete your AC, this here sits on there as it would in the back. But on the front, sorry about the lighting, there is a big gap right in there. So that's what I'm going to try and solve. So I'm going to do that and get some better light to show you guys what's going on. So yes, as expected, I took off these 5 ridiculously long bolts. Smelled a little funny because of the AC fluid. But then after doing some cleaning and taking off a few more snap rings, this is as small as a piece as I could get. This itself weighs maybe a pound. It's strictly cast. There's no solid steel or anything in here. And this, I actually don't remember exactly the way it mounts. Probably something around there. I could have it wrong. I'll get it right when I show you on camera. But this will mount to the car. That will allow this to hold it up. It obviously doesn't look quite as pretty as the proper one, but you may not be able to see it, so it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mount that up and see if this gets in the way at all. If it does, then probably don't do this hack, but I'll let you know. So here's the final result, and it looks very nice. Again, there's the front of the engine. The pump seems to line up perfectly with the tensioner, which is great. I'll make sure when I put a serpentine belt on that it works for sure. But anyway, here is the mount. So again, there's 1, 2, 3 holes that this helps support, because this by itself just has 1 in there. Then it has a support bracket on the block over here, right there off the back of the pump to the wall. But this is required, as you can see. Makes a nice triangle shape, and I'm no expert in thermodynamics. Not that that would help anything, but that is solid as a rock, spins nicely, and to my understanding it is pretty darn aligned. And this is nice and sturdy as well. One thing, if you weren't too fond of the look, I don't think that this hole is necessary. I think you only need the 2. So if you wanted to take a grinder and cut right there, it would look very clean. I might decide if I don't like the look of it in my engine bay, I could do that. I might paint it black if I want, but for now it's pretty good. Obviously, there's no pump behind it, so there's lots of nice space in the engine bay, and it weighs a lot less. Here's all the scraps left over from the AC compressor, and it's kind of hard to tell how heavy something is on a screen, but maybe listen to it. it's pretty heavy. Anyway, there's another Aristo update for you guys. Hopefully, maybe I'll do an update when the motor is back in the car and I'm doing fun stuff like HKS DLI install and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more awesome updates such as this RSX video. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe.